Let's do a firework painting for New Year's. I've been spending the week getting my studio ready for the new year, but I wanted to jump on and do a tutorial for you. So I'm taking my mop brush with some black paint, cobalt blue, navy blue, and even some white at the bottom to make it look like a nighttime scene with water reflecting. And I'm gonna dry it really good for this next step. Now I'm actually going to take a paper towel to start my firework. You can do whatever colors you want, but I'm gonna start with bright blue and white. And with not a whole lot of paint on the paper towel, I'm just going to make a smudge. This is going to be the inside of the firework where it kind of glows a little bit. I'm also going to take some yellow and white on my paper towel and do another little smudge. I start in the middle and then make it kind of faded out towards the outside. That's another one. And I'm also going to do some light pink and white, and I have them in different areas of my sky. Make sure you do enough room to have the sparks flying out. Now to do the sparks, I'm going to use my fan brush, and to be honest, if you did the palm trees from my nativity scene or one of my beach scenes, they're done pretty much very, very similar. You find the center point of this circle, and you kind of make curved out lines, always starting from the center point. Now I don't want my firework to look like a palm tree really, so you could do it that way all the way, but I do kind of a combination. Some I just pull directly out, some I pull out and curve without doing the two separate strokes. You just pull it out either way. Now I'm starting with blue and white together on my brush as well, but then after you get the curves you want, make sure they're being pulled down from gravity, I go back in with some white. And honestly, the best tip I can give you is don't overthink it. Don't overthink it, let it happen, because it's not going to be perfect, and honestly, they're very chaotic because there are actual explosions going off in the sky. So do a combination, but notice how my center point is always starting in the center of my smudge, and then I'm just pulling out and down, sometimes individually, and other times I kind of make the curve and then pull out like the palm trees. This is all using the fan brush. And let's do one more. I'm going to use white and yellow as my last firework. You can do whatever color combination you want. You could even use multicolored fireworks. Make it your own, like I said. I started with yellow, and then I'm going to add those white highlights. White really makes it pop too, by the way, so I definitely encourage you to do that. So there we go. Fluff it out as much as you want. Now let's see, there are 3 fireworks there. Now you also get those little sparks that fly off the end, so I'm going to take a toothpick with some white paint and just dot in a couple along the points. Now I could do splatter. I did a class over the summer where the kids took the different colors of the fireworks and did the same technique we do with splatter snow but over the fireworks. That looked really cool, but oh my, since they were kids, they had it all over them. It was in their hair, all over the floor. So if you do that, make sure it's in a controlled setting. But anyway, now that we have our fireworks, there's some water down here, so I want the colors to be reflecting. I'm going to take my medium round brush with some colors from the fireworks, and underneath each one, do a couple horizontal lines. The trick is you do want these to be horizontal with the horizon, because we are going to add a horizon line next. And also make sure the colors reflecting underneath your firework are the same colors you've used right above, because that's where they would be reflecting in the water. Now I'm going to take some black paint and do a straight line separating the sky from the water. And because that is a harsh line, I'm going to take some of the color from the water, some of that blue, and blend in that bottom half. That's going to make it look a little bit more of a reflection instead of just a plain line. And in fact, instead of just having just flat land, a lot of you have asked for cityscapes. So I'm going to show you how to do a very, very easy city nighttime scene. Now to do buildings, you could get really detailed with it, but I'm just going to use a couple different size flat brushes. Those are those flat square ones you can get. And taking some black paint, I'm going to build them on that horizon line. And see how you can use the straight edge to make just a rectangle? I'm going to use the different size flat brushes and create some building shapes just like that. Only thing I would say is make sure that they are all different heights. You can have stubby ones, you can have skyscrapers, you can have little neighborhoods neighborhoods with tiny houses. It really depends what you're going for, but I'm kind of spacing them out a little bit, leaving a couple different clusters here and there. And honestly, you could keep it like that. I think that looks really cool. But some things you can do to the buildings is, if you have your flat brushes out after that, take a little bit of white paint and brush in some of that to make it look like they are glowing a little bit. That's a little bit of reflection from the fireworks or maybe from some street lights. And other people are so inclined to add windows. Sometimes I think this makes it look a little cartoony, but if you really feel the need, take your detail brush and just do a couple lines or little dots and add some random patterns. What you can even do is, I'm taking some white with a little bit of the color from the fireworks to make it look like they're reflecting in the windows. So I did blue on the left side, in the middle side I'm doing some pink, and on the right hand side I'm doing some yellow. And again, totally random. And if you have some big spaces in between, you can take your medium round brush again and just bounce in some black and even some white for highlight. There we go. Happy New Year. Have fun with this one. I'd love to see what you come up with.